You have been exerting pressure, you have consistently demonstrated your presence. Even though every aspect of you is on the brink of disintegration, you have been striving to maintain your composure. However, at this time, you are fatigued, bone-tired, not only in your physical form, but also in your spirituality. Furthermore, if you are sincere, you are approximately this near to surrendering. Although you are uncertain as to the reason for your opening this article, a voice within you murmured, perhaps something contained within this article will serve as an incentive to persist. Therefore, before you abandon it all, before you abandon the dream, the labour, the healing, the progress, observe this. Allow yourself to be captivated. Allow it to serve as a reminder of the potential that remains. Because you have not yet completed the task. Not yet. The wall is hit by everyone. All individuals are experiencing feelings of resignation. We should commence with the following. You are not feeble for expressing a desire to resign. You are not a failure because this is difficult. You are not damaged because you are experiencing difficulty. You are a human. This point is reached by every human who has a difficult past, a heavy heart, or a big ambition. We all encounter barriers that appear to be immovable. Is it even worth it? Is a question that we all ponder. Reject the notion that accomplished individuals never experience self-doubt. Do not subscribe to the notion that individuals who have been healed are incapable of experiencing pain. What distinguishes those who succeed from those who fail? Talent is not the issue. It is not a matter of chance. It is not even intellect. It is as follows. You are closer than you think, even though you can't see it now. The reason this moment is so merciless is that the closer you are to a breakthrough, the more your internal urge to give up will intensify. This is because development necessitates access to all resources. It eliminates your level of comfort. Your fortitude is required. It requests that you place your faith in it without providing any evidence. It is akin to hiking a mountain in the nighttime. One is unaware of their proximity to the summit until the sun rises. And the most interesting aspect? You have endured circumstances that are more severe than this. Take a deep inhalation. Reflect on your resilience rather than your failures. Please bear in mind the accomplishments you have already fulfilled, the sorrow that shattered you, but did not destroy you. The nights in which you were convinced you would not survive, yet you did, the trauma, the disappointment, the loneliness, and the doubt. You are still present. Continued respiration. Consistently attending, even when you are not inclined to do so. The emotion you are experiencing is not failure, it is fatigue. You believe that you are failing, when in reality you are simply exhausted. Your body, mind, and spirit are requesting relaxation, not surrender. The other individual asserts, I am no longer inclined to believe that this is feasible. I would like to share with you the following. Your fatigue does not necessarily indicate that you have completed the task. You are not required to give up. Pause is all that is required. Inhale, heal, assemble. Rest is an essential component of the voyage. This is not the conclusion. Quitting will provide you with relief, but not peace. In all honesty, you will experience immediate alleviation if you withdraw. Strictly no more strain. Failure is no longer a source of anxiety. There are no longer any expectations. But that alleviation, it is only transient. Why? Because there is a voice within you that is aware that you are capable of more. Additionally, that voice will not be silenced. It will continue to be heard. Within periods of tranquility, in sudden bursts of regret. It is permissible to deteriorate. However, refrain from splintering. Crying does not indicate that you are surrendering. An outburst does not necessarily indicate that you have failed. Screaming into a pillow, striking the wall, and publicly declaring, I cannot do this, are all viable options. It is permissible to experience a state of disintegration, while attempting to reconstruct oneself. The secret is to allow the breakdown to serve as an impetus for your breakthrough. Allow the wrath, grief, doubt and heaviness to flow through you. This is the scene in the movie in which the hero is knocked down. Have you ever observed that the most impactful sequences in a film are not those in which the hero emerges victorious? It occurs when they are wounded, isolated, they are lying on their back. They are uncertain about their ability to continue as they are quivering and bleeding. And that is the moment that establishes the entirety of the narrative. The audience is indifferent to the hero's strike. You are becoming a person you have never been. Transformation is not a linear process. It is non-linear, agonizing and messy. It appears to be a regression before it feels like development. This is due to the fact that you are shedding your old behaviours, identities and beliefs. You are acquiring the ability to persist in the absence of appreciation. The process is being taught to you as you learn to trust it when nothing seems certain. You are acquiring the ability to handle yourself even in the absence of applause. That is not a failure. That is developing. You are being transformed into a more resilient, enlightened and profound individual, and that incarnation of yourself. The deepest fulfillment is achieved through the most difficult roads. You did not opt for the straightforward route. This is the reason it can feel like torture at times. However, simplicity does not foster personal development. Lives are not altered by comfort. Legacies are not established by shortcuts. Therefore, when the going gets tough, keep in mind that this is the cost of an existence that is meaningful. Do not harbour resentment for those who can coast. They are not constructing any tangible structures. You are. This is not the end, it is the middle. I am experiencing a sense of finality. However, this is not the case. It is situated in the centre, the disorderly, inconvenient and disorganised intermediary. And the centre is where all the transformation occurs. You are not required to perform the task alone. The deception asserts that you are required to be self-sufficient, that requesting assistance is indicative of vulnerability, that relying on someone is a sign of failure. Every great achiever, survivor and success story had instances in which they relied on someone else. Allow individuals to enter. Request assistance, communicate with God, consult with an acquaintance, engage in conversation with your future self, and imagine what? You are not the sole individual who has visited this location. Final reality, you are still engaged in the conflict, and that is enough. You are still present, continued respiration. This is still being examined. Stay informed when you require it most by subscribing. You are capable of accomplishing this. It is not because it is effortless. However, you are resilient enough to persist, even when nothing is going well.